Ladies and gentlemen, it is my prayer and hope that this video is going to find you when you're doing fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end, so let me know where you're watching this video, which country and which state, and which continent. I'm coming from the Middle East, and it's fantastically fine. Guys, there are a lot of things I want to speak about. Two of them, and my opinion at the progression stages of this video, maybe at the last one. So there is drama that's going on. There is also a family feud within a broad spectrum. The land saga that is bring war between the brothers. Then the parents also are separated amidst all these kind of wrangles. They're claiming because of the money. They're claiming that the children also has got need of the land. Then this one alone has brought the family divide and feud going forward. Something that is so dangerous that I'm going to delve into and give you the gist. Number two, Aron Dante is being scolded or is being slammed by the naysayers, especially the JT, of having supported D on this move, on this latest blitz and move. Then this alone has culminated to a kind of a hatred call up by the naysayers. Now, all of them are at arms and twisting Aron Dante's message. You know, this is what also has brought the naysayers to go deep and started digging the Deemwango and Aron Dante's relationship then. You know, all these two were great buddies. Whether there was an item in between them or there wasn't, this is a gist that I'm going to reveal at the progression stages of this video. And I had to disclassify some 10 parameters of information that are being spread up by these naysayers going forward. So guys, if you're coming close and very fast for this video, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I have a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my loyal subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. Because without your support, this channel wouldn't be at this pace. So let's start. Welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, first thing first. Aron Dante featured on a video camera on this YouTube street, specifically giving the flowers where it's due. He started giving flowers to Amarwa and telling Amara kudos of what you're doing into Kenya and in the village far from Nairobi, a village where the biggest thing is being done by the Travel Commando, and that is the land cruiser has been brought for the safari. Again, the Villa Medellin was built, and again, the Great Garage itself is being built. So those are the great and huge programs that Tamara is undertaking in the village. He never stopped from there. He cascaded it to Deemwango, of lauding Deemwango of starting a construction in her site. And a well cognizant of Deemwango's relationship, he also weighed in on Deemwango's relationship that say now Deemwango is very happy and Deemwango has found a good man. And it's like telling people, why would you just be supporting Deemwango in her current state now? Why must we hate? Why must we be so jealous of what Deemwango is doing? So these are the things that are now sending haters to come and dig more and to remind Aron Dante what they call perhaps their relationship that was never meant to be or went sour. Perhaps let's watch
Villa, what's he called? Medellin. You know, I love it, man. It just gives me this warm feeling inside to see my little brother, you know, doing some big things, you know, the little man from the village, you know, the village of long, far away from Nairobi village, you know, doing some things. And D, you know, when the way she doing it, man, she got a nice man now. She getting ready to build her a house. She's traveling. I mean, guys, why would you be supportive of somebody like that, man? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to see your fellow, you know, African, American, your European, your Asian, whatever it is? Why wouldn't you want to see them doing great things? I mean, seriously, you know, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's a blessing. It's an absolute blessing. And that's why I can't stand gatekeepers and people who hoard things for themselves, you know, and cheap, and just, I hate cheap people, man. I can't stand cheap people. You go out to dinner with a bunch of people, you know, they got money, and one person, he don't want to pay, or they pull the calculator out. Well, we had a salad. I only ate a piece of bread. It's like, come on, man. Get out of here. Get out of here with all that nonsense. Now, I see a lot of people in the room saying hello to me, and guys, here's the thing. It's really right.
So this is the video that has made the naysayer start comping back of what they call that Aron Dante was having an affair with Deemwango, something that wasn't true. You know, that kind of information that Aron Dante has come to share on this YouTube street, it's a confirmation that there was nothing, an item in form of relationship, intimate relationship between them and between them. That is Aron Dante and Deemwango. It was a false narrative that was being created by all these naysayers, because we have always seen them baptizing everybody what they are not. At one point, they're telling us Marwa and the sister Deemwango is having a relationship, intimate, something that is so distasteful. One time, they decided to tell and crown Deemwango that they're having affair with Aron Dante, something that there was nothing like an item, which I mean the intimate relationship between these people. These people were just great buddies, that they just wanted to do business together. Whether that business still stands or not, we don't know. But as per what I know regarding this information itself, that is a declassification of a false narrative that was created by the negative reactors, and they say that these people were having affairs. There was no affair for the first time. It's only that when Deemwango comes so close with any other kind of a man, then Deemwango will be told that it's either Deemwango or the people is the one chasing this man, or maybe they're having affairs together. You know, that is it. So there is nothing like that. You know, and this alone also graduated to a point whereby JTPODCAST came into the fray and started like slamming Aron Dante on the support towards
Aron Dante is. I'm going to let you know who Aron Dante is. So Aron Dante was here making a video and talking about Mama Mat and saying right now, like he is so he's so happy. Like Dante, he's so happy for Mama Mat, or the girl in her 20s. I'm so happy for Deemwango, because of course now she has a good man. She has now a good man, and she's building, she's traveling. I mean, she's doing good. He's like, okay, I'm happy for Deemwango. Basically, that is what he's trying to say. But now I'm looking at the context of that. I'm like, okay, Dante, are you for real? Are you for real, Aron Dante? Because of course, I remember the Aron Dante and Deemwango has a history. They do have a history. I'm not trying to imply or something, but I'm saying Dante and Deemwango have a history from investing together, buying land and stuff like that. They had plans and goals to be billionaires together, Dante and Deemwango. And whatever happened there. And it is what it is for now. Whatever they are, whether they are still, good or they're not. Internet doesn't tell us a lot, but we can see from what we can see, the videos and stuff. So it happened that Deemwango now moved on with a police guy, Polish Muzungu. And now Dante today decided to talk about that relationship of Muzungu boyfriend and Deemwango. I looked at it, I was like, this is not like he's trying to say he's happy for Deemwango. But I was like,
It's quite
it is something.
unfortunate. That
It is
what
something that I know.
I've gotten
He's speaking
from
from.
Aron Dante's message. Because Aron Dante's message is so different of what JT Podcast is pontificating over here. You know? JT Podcast is waxing lyrical and vexing it and not making sense. You know? This is what we call the warped logic. You will say anything, then most of the things that JT is saying lack sense. There's no logic with them. That's why we call them warped logic. He will never get it right. He will never get it right. You know? There is nowhere, there's no evidence that points or that places Deemwango and Aron Dante into an intimate relationship that is being pontificated by JT Podcast or any other kind of an essayist outside there. There is nada. It's only accretions of a mind, accretions of a false stories to suit the narratives that was tell, and narratives that lately or before they used to lace their content with. You know? So those were among the lies that were told on this YouTube street. Now, when things started beginning to happen, the likes of JT needed to come and remind or come back on the lifeline story of these people. There is no evidence at all, because what JT Podcast is pointing at these people were supposed to invest together, the investment body. So the investment body, there is no anywhere that we are told that these people were intimate buddies. There were no an item like intimate relationship that Deemwango and Aron Dante had. All this was speculation and overthinking, as they say, because anytime JT Podcast say that they're overthinking or they were overworking, this is the point whereby they want to diverge and start hate and start spreading rumors and giving false account of everything. If you ask them, they will never tell you. If you ask them, the reason they tell you that Deemwango and Aron Dante were in an intimate relationship is because they were doing investment together. So people doing investment together, they are in intimate relationship. That's why I'm telling you, these people are suffering from what we call the warped logic. There is lack of it thereof. Everything they say, they're never making sense. If you come and start debunking them, therefore it will turn chaotic. They will call you other kind of phrases that you never imagined. You know, and that's a matter of a fact. So the fact is, there was nothing like relationship. On the other hand, in this relationship, there is family feud, and this family feud, it's within the Anesto family. Anesto versus his brother, and Anesto parents, the father versus the dad. You know, what I want to say, it's so sad that the outsider has graduated this kind of feud amongst them. It's not a domestic one. This is a wrangle and a war and a feud that is being fueled from outside. Now, Murimi also had to react. Imagine a place where now the parental land now is bringing an issue and turning a brother against a brother. And turning a brother against a brother, therefore the parents also are divided. So the two brothers have divided. So the first boy's son, that is Murimi, and the father on the other side. And the mother is also with the son, Anesto. So there is a separation in the middle. So this thing is the family feud. But they've allowed the external forces to come and divide them, because the outsider, they don't mind. This is the information I want to tell you. And before we delve into this much deeper information, let's watch the video and you listen to yourself.
Come out from your home, because this is your home. What made you to come out?
For sure, there was some reasons which I cannot tell
Overcome.
you. They overcome the whole prompts which was going on. And as it was, our dad was almost to sell our plot. Even ne- almost several times.
Yeah.
It was not the first time. And for myself, since they were started selling the plot, I have never signed anywhere.
Oh.
I have never signed anywhere. And even they were finding my ID so that they can make their own signatures. And I didn't leave my ID, but nobody signed my
The signature.
nobody signing my signature.
So
For sure, when I refused signing the signature, our dad,
your husband now.
my husband chased me from at home that I can't live with her without signing the. And for sure myself, I seen that the amount they are giving them, it was very low, because it cannot help the family anything. It was for using for his own purposes.
And that is just taking Rikas.
That is why and taking alcohol, guys. As you know, our dad is a drunkard. That is the consequences which he are using to.
So the main reason that he was about to sell the plot is just taking Rikas.
Yeah.
So and the best thing that they do, they just give him some retro money in order to go and take some Rika. That is the time that they will organize everything, because a person when is when a person
anesto with the mom, that he loves the mom. People must love their parents. That's a matter of fact. I've got no problem if anesto is loving the mom and the mom is loving her back. But the love that anesto is having for the mom and the love for anesto that anesto mother is having for the son anesto should not split them and should not make them hate the father and the brother. On the other side, we're having Rimi that is now with the father against the mother and the son. And these two things has brought problem. They are antagonizing because of the land issue. The issue of the land is like they are telling us that their father is selling the land without their consent. The mother is now disputing that there is no any sign that maybe these people, the father and the son, might have forged the signature. Deep down the story, she's telling us she's not against the land being sold. The problem is the price that the money. Perhaps maybe the dad was given the money, or the husband was given the money, and the money never reached the mom. Or they were given the good money, but it reaches a point where the money had to be divided. Then there's a problem. So this is the issue that is bringing the problem. As a family, I wouldn't want all this kind of shenanigans to happen within a broad spectrum of my family. All I need to do is like to let my family sit down, do all these things out of the camera, then you agree, you disagree to agree, amicably. But in a situation whereby you have to air all these kind of stealth things that's happening in your family, what the external forces is doing to this family is one. Because the external forces who are forcing Ernesto to go against the brother. One, Gintu was sent to go and visit Ernesto. If you can remember that famous interview, when Ernesto started saying that Congress dad has all the title deed of the land, they're living as squatters. You heard the Gintu telling Ernesto, but you're afraid of your brother. Why must you be afraid of your brother? And imagine, this is the headless brother. Then Ernesto was being incited to go and attack the brother. And this is the campaign that is all over. Let me tell you, in African culture, whether your brother is a drunkard, whether your brother is sick, whether your brother is suffering on any kind of mental disease, is of unsound mind, disrespecting him is a taboo. White, your brother could have killed or deleted your father. You wouldn't have been born. So such are the respect. That's why in most African tradition, we refer to our eldest brothers as our fathers. Because if at all they decided to unleaven our dads, we couldn't be in this phase, on this earth. In a case when the dads shall have died, the person who will be the head of this family will be the firstborn, Muso the son. So this is a very fatal terrain that Ernesto and the mom is treading on. It is a very one because with them, they're airing things out of the camera. The dad and Murimi has aired nothing out of it. What if not? What is the problem if they go sit down and talk and air these things out? In African, the issue of land is very motive. We've seen family go down because when one child got so aggrieved, they can decide to collude and delete the rest of the family forever because of the issue of land, so that the land itself remains for them. Because if it's the issue of land wrangle itself, I'm telling you, very fatal things might go down in this family, in as far as injuring themselves, and others might also lose their lives. Others might end up getting to witchcrafty, so that they pave or they face other people's out that are blocking them to acquire the land. This is a very bad trajectory. This is a very bad trajectory, but it's there are forces fueling this kind of war. You know, the problem is, Ernesto could not figure it, could not see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, they think they're doing this one at the benefit of them against the Amaras family. There is no hands of Amara families in this one. This is their war. A willing seller, a willing buyer. That is it. The land belongs to the dad. The dad can decide to sell the land because that is his property. And there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing you can do. Unless the dad is of an sound mind, then you can do for the succession. Are you there? I also heard that other people are saying they're going to court and take the Congress to court because they're buying land. My friend, a willing seller, a willing buyer. If you want to see a losing battle, therefore this issue of taking Congress to court, taking Virginia to court itself is a losing war. There's a losing battle. You're just going to be scammed by the people who wants to help you in that kind of in that kind of a land saga that you're taking to court. This is a losing battle. Guys, just allow me to end it here because I need time and latitude to go and synthesize this issue about land saga that now they're telling us that they want to take the Amar family to court of having bought their lands. The issue is not with the buyer, the issue is with the seller. Ask the seller. And the seller who is selling the land is the seller who has got the title. The will was wrote to the seller, not to the grandchildren. Until a time where the succession itself shall have been filed, then you'll have a duty of a recourse. At this moment, there's nothing you can do. You are fighting a losing battle. So guys, this issue will come in my next video because I want to address this issue of land saga elaborately, whether there is any substantial ground, whether it will go anywhere or not. So the merits and demerits of it in my next video. So let me know what you think at the comment section. Until next time, this is Daniel.